All right. Let's turn that music up a little bit, shall we? Okay. How's that? Audio volume check 1 2. That's pretty good. Personal mix. Turn it down a little bit for me, because that's pretty loud on my end, but should be good on the stream. How's that looking? There we go. Okay. All right. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to some Retro Achievements development. Continuing on and doing some RAM digging on Siphon Filter, the Omega Strain. So, where did we leave off? We were trying to find us some pointers. I put a hold on that. I did work on this a little bit earlier today. As you see, I have a whole bunch of code notes here. Let me walk you through what I did. So, let me jump into one of our save states here, right? This all looks familiar to anyone who was here last stream. And you'll note our usual kind of stuff. We have our current ammo and our ammo remaining. And recall that I called out this field here, that if we look at it in 32-bit, and I said this is probably some other value that we could mess with, but we're not going to do that right now, is what I said. Well, I did mess with it, in short, but what ended up happening is if we walk around a bit, keep an eye. So one thing is here. Notice that when I switch this weapon, this number changes, right? 6A is what we started with, and now it's 23. So it seems to have something to do with the weapon. That makes sense because we have our current ammo and our clip size. Now here is one thing that really made me want to look into that some more. Let me this is what I noticed. If I kill some of these guys, this pistol is real bad. We're just going to take these guys out. We're going to save the CHA officer just like you're supposed to. There we go. CHA officer saved. And then he's going to run and crawl through this air vent over here. I did not know that he actually went in here. I followed him in here. This is the first time I've ever seen this room. This was totally new to me. Now you'll notice here I do have my health frozen, so I'm not taking damage. This guy's taking pot shots at us. Boom, objective failed. That's fine. We'll get to that later. Now here's the notable thing. When I run over him, it says pick up MDS A4. Now look at this over here. We have our other weapon. So if I switch to that weapon, you'll notice here we have 1E, which is 30. This is our ammo for this weapon. I found this the same way, searching for this specific value. We can freeze that. Now this is 47. And so that got me thinking, what if this is like a weapon type? And so what I did is I started messing with this, and let's set it to 46. Oh, look at that. We have a totally different gun now. We have a sniper rifle. What is this? And if we go to 45, what is 45? That's interesting. It acts like a grenade, but it looks like a gun. What is this? This is super broken. Also, it has 0 ammo for some reason. Can we give it some ammo? I wonder. Oh, it has ammo now. What is that? Turns out I can come in here and I can go into equipment. It's an incendiary grenade. What? So you can see here in the code notes, I've gone through and noted what every value of these are. And I did that by looking at this. So we know the incendiary grenade here is number 45, right there. So I just started at 0. I said, let's set this to 0. And you can see, oh, there's the M16. And if I set it to 1, this is acting a little weird. I actually did it when I only had 1 weapon. So let's, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's come over here. And I actually did it here so that I only have 1 weapon. And I was changing this one. So if we change this to 0, M16. And then if we change it to 1, Desert Express 50. And if we set it to 2, we have the 92F. And if we set it to 3, you can see the M16A1. So we're just changing what the actual weapon is just by changing this number. So that's pretty cool. And so I went through and I tested every single number. Now this is a 32-bit value, so it has 8 digits. You'll notice I'm only annotating 4 of them here. And that's because I was going through and I'm noting all of them. There's some very interesting things I found in here. Goes all the way up to A1. Now, once we get past A1, you can see if we set this to A1, a shovel? Excuse me? What? And I think A0 is a torch? Like a wall torch? What? Crazy stuff. Now, you'll notice if I do A2, it's the M16. And every value above A1 is the M16 up until we get all the way up to 270F. Now at 270F, it's still the M16, but if we go up one more, C4 explosive, what? Tissue sample, what? Now we're getting into crazy things that are not equipable items. And above this point, there's all kinds of crazy stuff in here. The game gets very unstable if I keep going. So I figured it wasn't worth trying to document any values up higher than this. So let's go back. Let's just go to 0, I guess. Or what was it? 63, I think. Nope, that's base. That's not what I wanted. It wasn't 2. Which one did I start with? Here, 92F, 6A is what we started with. There we go. Oh, 92F. Wait, isn't there a 92F up here? There is. Oh, that's also a 92F. Interesting. I wonder if this one's different in any way. Does this one work? Yeah, it seems to. Has a lot of recoil. Does the 6... Hold on. Does the 6A version have a lot of recoil? I feel like that has a lot less recoil, actually. So you can see there's a lot of really kind of interesting things in here. There's like removed guns or not implemented guns. Like if we go to 19, we have the OICW. What the heck is that? I don't know. Looks crazy. Doesn't have a description. Does it work? Whoa. It's a triple shot. Bam, bam, bam. I'm only hitting the button once. What? There is some crazy stuff in here. Like 1C is the RPG 7. Excuse me? Oh, it's doing the same thing. Hold on. No, it just does the same thing. Bang. It does a triple shot. Okay. Let's see. What was some of the more crazy ones? Oh, you saw the incendiary grenade already. That was a little crazy. Hold on. Let's go down to 49. I'll show those off in a minute. What am I looking for? Dev. I tagged all the ones that looked like they were not fully implemented with dev. Just so that we kind of know. And I might not have gotten all of them, but oh yeah, this one was insane. The M134 minigun. It's like, wait a minute. I've played this game a lot. I don't remember any minigun. Yeah, if we do this, first of all, look at this ridiculous stance this guy is holding, and I move so slow. Oh my god. But this is crazy. Watch this. Watch this. We're gonna... Oh, wait, no. Hold on. I need... Shoot, which... is it this one? I think it's this one. Let's freeze that. Look at this! What the heck? What is this? Mowing them down. So it makes me really curious when you have things like this, you have things like the shovel and the torch, and I'm really curious what kinds of ideas they had planned but didn't fully implement. Look at this goofy stance. Awesome. So, okay, let's go back to normal. So we know this now, right? We know we have a weapon type here, and we also learned something else interesting. If I think one of these is the CHA guy, and we can pick up his gun. Oh, there he is. Here. Okay, so you can see over here that introduced a new entry here. And we have a 67 here. What is 67? 67 is null or PID. This appears to be an inventory, as far as I can tell. You can see if we drop this weapon, this goes to all Fs. I should note that, because I think... Yeah. Oh yeah, it's super confused now. Yeah, so hold on. So in my weapon type here, I should note 0x FFFF FFFF equals no item equipped. Okay. Now, so like I was saying, this seems to be some kind of an inventory where I have 5, 6, 7, 8 slots, as far as I can tell. as I pick up more items, if I run through the level and actually pick up, you know, more stuff, night vision goggles and whatnot, you'll see these other slots fill out. So that's really interesting. That we're starting to get a picture of how these things work, of how the game keeps track of items. Okay. Hold on. I just want to... Where's the C4 trigger man? Is he hiding around that corner? I think he is. Let's do this. Oh, see? Now I have an extra item here. What did I pick up? I picked up something. Shotgun looks like. Let's do this. First of all, let's give me some ammo. And we're gonna turn this shotgun into... let's do the... Let's change it to 44. Some grenades. And it looks like grenades don't use the current ammo. They only use the max ammo value. So that's interesting. Yeet. Sucker. So yeah, so that was cool. It took a long time for me to iterate through all of these and notate them. There's some interesting things in here too, like the throwing knife, which works. It totally works. The Gurkha knife was also an interesting one. If I pull up 9A, you can see it actually has like an inventory item. It doesn't work if I select it, which I can do. He does like a stabbing animation, but you can see like there's no model for it. But you can see, so there were plans for like other kinds of knives. And if I go to 9B, we have like the Snow Dragonov. It's got this cool blue filter on it. Just some really, really interesting stuff. Now, okay, so enough geeking out about that. We still have two problems right now, which is one, this is my inventory currently. It's probably specific to this level though. Just like the ammo and the health are. If I jump back here, you can see, yeah, this is nothing. But my inventory is here. So we know that this ammo is actually part of the inventory, not its own standalone thing. So what we need is we need to find a reference to this inventory. There's some other things. If we go in here, we can look at the stats. All of these things are things that the game keeps track of. So they are things we should be able to keep track of. Let's see if we can find some of these. So like shots is at 62 right now. So let's start with that. Let's do a 32-bit search, new search. Currently at 62, equal to filter, continuous filter. Okay. Let's take a shot, pop. And if we go to stats, our shots is now 63. Okay. So we have 5 possibilities. Okay, so all of them increase. That's interesting. Looking at these addresses, Once again, none of them are earlier than our dynamic memory cutoff, so we're going to have to find pointers to these. But this value, these seem to be keeping track of the number of shots. So, do we jump into our debugger? I guess the thing to do would be to, yeah, let's, I can remove these now. Let's unfreeze these and freeze our current ammo. Does that have any impact on these? No. Okay. So let's bookmark these. This one's pretty high. It's up in the 1F. I'd like to avoid that area, so let's just start with the first one. If I just freeze it. So let's just check our stats. We're at 70, which, if we look at these in decimal, we can see they're all set to 70. Good. So now let's take a shot. Okay, so that first one is still 70. The rest are 71. So that first one is not the shot indicator. So not only can we unfreeze it, we can remove it because we know that is not the correct one. So let's try the next one. Pop. Stats. Oh, still 71. Now, so let's unfreeze that and let's freeze all three of these. I just want to confirm. Pop. Yep, there it is. Okay. So this one right here, so these three are nothing. Remove those. This is going to be our 32-bit stats shots. Okay, so we've got our first one. Let's see if we can get the next one. Let's get hits. No, I don't care about that. You're not gonna let me go until I do that though, are you? No. That's fine. Let's hold on. Hope you're enjoying the music. I think you guys should be able to hear it. I figured with us going back and forth and pausing the game and this and that, the game audio isn't super engaging right now. So I found some what is supposed to be royalty-free music on Spotify. So we're playing some of that. Seems like a decent fit. Let's see. So right, I want to right, I was testing health here. This is what I wanted to see. So we have one shot here. Oh, look at that. That's still one. Is that still our stat counter? It is. Interestingly, this number, whatever this is going up by one every time we take a shot too. But this is still one. That's very interesting. It's above our dynamic memory marker, which means this should not be a static value. That we should still need a pointer to get to this. That's not guaranteed, by the way, because the game can use memory however it wants. So, hey Tim, how's it going? But that's very interesting. So, okay, so let's see if we can get our next one. We're looking for hits now. We can do a new search at 0. Okay, and then let's find a guy. And I just need to hit him once. Stop moving! Did I hit him? I sure did. Okay, now we have one. Still at 1 because we're not doing anything, so let's filter all that stuff out. Okay. Oh, wait. Current health, Carthage 1, freeze. I don't want to deal with that. Hold on. Stop moving. Okay, I should have 2 now. Yep. Alright, let's do 2. Filter once. Continuous filter. We're down to 41. We're still only at 2 hits. I haven't fired anymore. Let's do a jig. We want to do some of this, some of this. Okay, we're at 36. You. Okay. We're up to 3 now. And we're down to 4 possible values. Excellent. So, let's bookmark these. Stream time on my end, Leather Brother. Have a good stream, my man. Alright. So now, we can take these one by one and freeze it. Pop. Check the stats. Our hits went up to 4, so that is not the right one. We'll unfreeze and remove. Okay. Stop moving. Stop moving. Did I hit him? Nope. Okay, I think I got him there. Yep, hits 5. Okay. Oh, look at that. Only this one changed. Interesting. Well, that's probably it then. So if we freeze that. Pop, pop, pop. Still 5. Still 5. Still 5. That's it. There it is. 32-bit. What did I say this was? Stats. Hits. Excellent. All right, so we can kind of see how this is going, though. I guess the other thing we can do is toy with these values, right? And see if they change in our listing here. So, like, is this headshots? Maybe. No, that's something else. Interesting. Here's a 2. Let's see if this is headshots. 5. Oh, there it goes. A 10. Boom. We found headshots. All right. 32-bit stats headshots. Okay. Which one's next, do you think? Knife? Should we just try changing some of these random ones? Let's try this one. No. That didn't do anything. How about... Oh, okay. There's grenades. 32-bit stats grenade. Okay. Shots, hits, grenade, headshots. Let's see. What is this 3? Is this kills? It sure is. Now, we have to remember, we probably still need to find a pointer to get me here, because this is above our start of dynamic memory. Not necessarily. Again, the game can use memory however it wants. So it's possible that the game is using this statically. But we'll have to dig into the debugger to confirm that. In the meantime, though, let's just keep note of these so that we can keep track of them. Okay, what's next? We still need to find knife. There it is. Okay. 32-bit stats knife. Okay. So we've got shots, hits, headshots. Knife, grenade, kills. Now these two are percentages, which is interesting. So we'll come back to that. And we still need these three down here. Okay. What is this one? Nothing. And it's possible. Okay, there's our non-lethal. Stats, non-lethal. It's possible there are extra stats in here that are tracked that are not shown on this page. It's possible there are stats here that are tracked on other pages. It's possible that there are placeholders for stats that were never implemented. All of the wonderful things that you can discover when ram digging. Let's see, what do we got here? Nothing there. We're looking for collateral and deaths. And these are the kinds of values we can use to make some really good achievements. Right? Complete this mission, complete Carthage 1 without any collateral damage. We just have to find which of these fields corresponds to that collateral field. No. How about this one? No. Where are you? No. No. Collateral and deaths. It's also possible that these fields are stored somewhere else. That they're not tracked in the same place as everything else. No. I'm resetting them to 0 so that I don't confuse myself later. Because they started at 0, so I want to set them back to 0. Interesting. We have this one bookmarked, but I don't need it anymore because it's something else. So we can take those off. We can unfreeze that. That's... Oh! That was interesting. Did you see that? That's changing my marks percentage. Interesting. It looks like each point here is 9%. The beauty of 32-bit numbers. Uh-oh. -9 marksmanship. Okay. So, look at that. That's wild. Okay, but this is marksmanship percentage. How do I want to mark this? I think it's 32-bit. Let's mark it 32-bit for now. Marks percent. We're going to call this stats marks percent. And then I want to put a note here and say 9 times value is no. Final percentage is 9 times value. Ish. We'll come back to that. Okay. How about this B? If we change this. Oh. Our marksmanship just changed to 100%. You know what this means. This is a divisor probably, right? So hold on. If I set this to hold on, let me bookmark this. And let's set this to decimal and set this to 100. Now, this value. Yeah, you see that? So this is our marksman numerator, and that's our marksman denominator. Okay. Stats, marksmanship percent. Numerator. Denominator. And I bet in game, this is always displayed as hits divided by shots under normal circumstances. I'll bet that's how it's calculated, but it stores it as separate things. So my guess is this increases along with shots and this increases along with hits, and we can test that. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, let's see what else we can get. Oh, there's deaths. Okay, 32-bit stats deaths. Okay. Where's my collateral? There's my collateral. 32-bit stats. Collateral. All right. We still need efficiency. I wonder if that's these two values here. Let's see. No, it doesn't seem like it. What is efficiency? Is that these? No. We're just changing values and seeing if we can see anything change. No. There's clearly already data there because we have this 26% efficiency. But where is that represented? I don't know what efficiency means, to be honest. Let's do some in-game testing. So we're gonna reset. We're gonna reset back to here. So if we look at our stats, we have 1 shot, 0% marks, 0 efficiency. So now we can test our theory if marksmanship denominator increases with shots. This is increasing. That's interesting. And shots is increasing, but marksman is not. Huh. Okay. My marksman values are not increasing. But my efficiency is going up. It's possible efficiency is a calculated value, and we're not going to see dedicated fields for it. I wonder what determines marksmanship then? Did you see that? It just went up. It's shots. It's first person shots. What? First person shots and first person hits, I assume? Yeah. Wow. First person shots. First person hits. Wow. I can't believe the game gets that in depth with it. I would have assumed that was hits and shots. Wait a minute. Does that mean efficiency is overall? Hold on. If we change we saw this going up. We'll check that out in a second. If we change our shots to, look at that, our efficiency just went up. Okay. Let's set it to 100 shots. There it is. So efficiency is literally hits divided by shots. That's a calculated value. But marksmanship is first person hits divided by first person shots, which are tracked independently. That's crazy. Okay. So shots also EFF percent denominator and hits also EFF percent numerator. Okay, cool. So this is really cool because now we can do like challenge runs where we say you need to beat a certain level with above 80% efficiency or something. We could do an achievement like that. That's really exciting. Okay. Very cool. All right, so we got all of these stats. There seems to be some other stuff here. This increases every time we take a shot. Well, there's more here to discover, but I think we've got everything on this page. So let's see what else we can find. We've played with equipment. I guess I could play with this stuff, but there's not much reason to. Let's quit out of the level and see if we can find a global stats. I'm wondering if that's what these other fields are. Note that we know these are per level, but they're still set, so stats do not get cleared when you leave the level. That's important to note. That's going to play into our achievement logic. Personnel statistics. No. Ratings. Combat specialist. Okay. Here's something. We know this was going up every time I took a shot. Let's put some values in around here and see if we can impact this. Where is our A? 9? 1? A, this one's 8. F? No. Let's go back into the level. Actually, let's do this. Let me go to the rating screen and we're going to make a save state here. So now I can jump back there real quick. Okay, I want to see if there is a particular indicator other than the deaths counter that goes up every time I get a kill. So let's do a new search equal to last value. And we're going to do our jig, do some of this, take a couple shots. Okay, that's fine. All right. Where's the guy? Let's kill him. Okay. Let's say it's higher than last value. And now it's equal. We're gonna let that tick down for a bit. There we go, 12,000. Okay. All right, I think we're kind of tapping out, so let's... Okay. And now we are greater than last value. And we'll see that going on there. So we're going to do this, and we're going to bring it down some more. Ooh, 520. Nice. 510. 508. Beautiful. Go ahead and reload. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. Greater than last value. Down to 25. Equal to last value. Our kills and hits are in the list. Good. That's good. Alright. Let's go to greater. Let's get him. Yep, got him. Okay. Beautiful. Now. So these 6 values are going up every time we kill somebody. Interesting. So we have this one that seems to be some kind of hit counter. E, 5A, 5B. Yeah, seems to be some kind of hit counter. Let's take note of these. This is some kind of like alternate shots counter? Question mark. Alternate hits counter? Question mark. And this one's interesting because it's up to 5F. Which, if we look here, it's 3E already here. What is 3E? 3E is 62. So this seems to be some kind of like global shots counter then. Right? Because it's 42 there, it's 44 here. Yeah, so this is like a global shots, like lifetime shots. Okay, so we'll do 32-bit lifetime shots. Seems to be. I wonder if this is lifetime hits. We can test this. Give me a guy. Let's hit him a couple times. Okay, now we're gonna quit out. So 4C, 4, and 4 and 9. Yes. All still there. Okay. 4C, 4, 4, and 9. All still populated. Now let's go back in. 4C and 4 are still populated. 4 and 9 cleared back to 0, which makes sense because we know those are per level. Okay. Yeah, so this seems to be lifetime hits. So we're going to call this 32-bit lifetime hits. I don't know where those are tracked, but now we know that. I wonder if there is a lifetime deaths counter as well. We can we should be able to calculate that, or we should be able to find that pretty easy. Let's go back here and let's unfreeze all this stuff. So if I die, ooh, that just went up. As well as my deaths counter. Okay, it just went up to 2. So now we're gonna quit. And this should stay at 2, and when I go into the next mission, that one should reset back to 0. Is what I'm expecting. Yep, there it goes. This is lifetime deaths. Excellent. Lifetime deaths. Now, I probably won't use lifetime deaths in an achievement because I don't like to have achievements that... I mean, I might if we want to do like if we want to do some kind of challenge where you need to do like beat the whole game, beat every mission in one session without dying. Then I would maybe use lifetime deaths for that. But otherwise, I would probably check the individual mission deaths rather than lifetime. Okay, cool. So I'm assuming that we have lifetime versions of the other ones here too, right? Presumably. Let's go back in. Presumably there's like lifetime knives, lifetime grenades, lifetime headshots. One would assume all of that stuff should exist here too. Let's go to Carthage Health. Carthage 1 Health. And we're going to go ahead and start. And we're going to freeze our health. And we're going to see if I can find lifetime headshots. See if that's a thing. Now, I haven't unlocked the headshot lock yet, so we're going to have to do this kind of fiddly. We're going to have to do this manually, which is going to suck because these guys keep moving around. Okay. So we did get a headshot. It's one of... Ooh. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 possible values for lifetime headshots. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's increasing when I take first-person shots. That must be this. Lifetime first-person shots. Wow, they actually have lifetime versions of all of these. That's cool. Okay. So this is going to be 32-bit. It's this. But it's like lifetime first-person shots. And so one of these is going to be lifetime first-person hits, yeah? Where is he? There he is. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Ugh. I'm not sure on this one. Let's reset. Hop back here. I'm gonna need to get lifetime collateral too, but See, this is up at 2 now. Three, 4. 5. Could be hits. It's hard to tell. 6, 7. Okay, I think this is lifetime hits. Lifetime. Right? I don't have lifetime hits already, do I? Oh, I do. Shoot. I have this marked as lifetime hits. Oh, lifetime first person hits is what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes, lifetime first person hits. That makes more sense. Excellent. Okay. What else do I need? I still need, where's my notepad? We still have our notepad here. We'll come back to this. I still need, so let me look at my stats list. We have shots, hits, headshots, knife, grenade, kills, marks, num, marks, denom, den, F we don't need, non-lethal, collateral, and deaths. What's going on here? Spam is what's going on here. All right. Okay, so now of these, I've gotten lifetime deaths, I've gotten lifetime shots and hits, I've gotten lifetime marks. So presumably, theoretically, we can still get lifetime for these other 6 values. So let's try that. So what do I need? Lifetime headshots. Okay. Lifetime headshots. So that's probably this one, if I had to guess, because it's the only other one that's 1. So this is a lifetime headshots. Okay. This is probably lifetime kills. Yep. Lifetime kills. 32-bit. Excellent. Okay. So we got headshots, we got kills. Let's get collateral. Oh, Mr. CHA agent. I require you to donate your body to science. Achievement science. Which is the greatest kind of science. There it is. Boom. 32-bit. Lifetime collateral. Okay. And see, the other reason you want to be careful with ones like with using lifetime in achievements is because it means if you normally achievements are only detected within the duration of a session. If these values are saved somewhere, you can make them track across sessions, which is great. But like, you don't want to have an achievement for beating something with no collateral. And if you don't want to use lifetime, because then the player can't retry without starting a new save file, which sucks. So it's good to notate it so that we know about it and can potentially use it. But in practice, we probably won't use that value in an achievement. Okay, we got collateral. We still need lethal, non-lethal, knife, and grenade. Now here's the fun part. What we can do is we can go over to our current ammo and we can give ourselves a grenade. Let's go with 3C. Hey, I have grenades. Let's go find someone to throw them at. And let's go back to our stats. There we go. Hello. I know you're in there. Yeet. There's our lifetime grenades. 32-bit lifetime grenades. Grenade. Okay. And now we can do non-lethal. Let's go back to our weapon. Give us a non-lethal weapon. Let's see. What do we got? Something non-lethal. How about... There are not a lot of non-lethal weapons. Let's do the stun jack, 81. Now, interestingly, you can see it doesn't look quite right. I have it, but I'm like not holding it right. And I think that's because it's in the wrong slot. I think one of these other slots is the melee weapon slot. And I have it in the pistol slot, which is why it kind of looks weird. I don't think it's going to matter for what we're doing right now, but it's something to note. Lifetime... Well, we can just come up here. We need to look at the whole thing. Okay, so let's find somebody to smack. Hello? You, sir. Bzz. Oh. Oh! It doesn't work in the gun slot. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. Okay. Let's do this. I don't know which of these is the melee slot, so I'm just gonna put the stun jack in all of them. This is not the best way to do this, not by a long shot, but we're gonna do it anyway. This is gonna be stupid because now I'm gonna have like a bunch of stun jacks. Hold on. See, hold on. Oh, the game is super confused. It doesn't know how to handle this. Okay, that's fair. No, that's fair. Let's go to 6A. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's very confused now. Let's just put a bunch of stuff in here. I have no idea what any of this is. Nope. 6D, 6E, 6F. Oh, interesting. I don't know which of these is my melee slot, but it seems like it's not this one. So let's put 7-0 in there. So let's change them to the stun jack one by one, shall we? Is that it? No. Well, we should see it when it's the right one. 6F. 81. Nope. 6E, 81. Okay, this is stupid. Let's do it this way. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, play mission. The correct way to do this, or the easy way to do this, is to just equip the Sunjack from the beginning. And then I have it and I know it works. Here we go. Oh, actually, interesting. My inventory's here. It's been loaded in, but it's like... it's like the default inventory or something. Because me messing with this isn't updating it. So it must update it after we start. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so this is another important note. Let's take a note of this here. We got grenade kills. We have not gotten life kills yet. Inventory slots. 1. Pistol. We don't know what 2, 3, 4, and 5 are yet. 6 is melee. We don't know what 7 is. We don't know what 8 is. 8 is PID? Question mark? Okay. Okay, but now we have the stun jack and you can see it's rendering the model correctly. Everything looks good. Let's go to our stats up here. Excuse me. Excuse me. No! There we go. This one looks like our lifetime non-lethal, right? We got a non-lethal? We did. Okay. 32-bit lifetime non-lethal. Excellent. So now we just need knife. And what I can do is now we know, not that. We know where our melee slot is. Oh, let's try that. Let's try that removed knife, the Gurkha knife. Now that I know that you can't just put it in any slot, let's try putting it here. 9A. Okay, so it's using the stun jack model, which is not correct. Oh! It works though. Yo! It totally worked. Did I get a knife kill? That count? It totally did. What? Okay. So this one is lifetime knives. 32-bit lifetime knife. Okay. So these should mirror each other, right? Kills, knife, headshot. Kills, knife, headshot. There's a stat here that we don't know what it is. And then grenade, and then another stat we don't know what it is. Non-lethal, collateral, deaths, shots, hits, first-person shots, and first-person hits. So there's at least 2, maybe even 3 stats that the game potentially can track that we don't know about yet. It's also possible those are just slots that are never used, but okay, what is next? So that's awesome. We got a lot of cool stuff there. Again, at some point we're going to need to tie this back to a pointer. I don't feel like doing that yet though, because that's obnoxious. Part-time? Maybe? Let's give it a shot. So there's a lot of different ways that games can track the timer. So you can see it's 2:16, 2:17, 2:18. So it is paused while the game is paused. Let's see if it is stored as seconds. So that would be what, 60, 120, 138? Okay, potentially. 60, 120 plus 20 is 140. Nope, not stored in seconds. That's fair. All right, we can do it this way though. Let's do a new search as a, let's do it as 32. Is the time likely stored as a 32-bit or as a float? If it's storing frames, the frame count, it'll be 32-bit. Let's try it as 32-bit and see what happens. Hey, Tony, how's it going? And we want greater than last. So we're going to do a new search. We're just going to keep doing greater than last and see what happens. Continuous filter. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Came down to a single value. Interesting. But that's not it, because that keeps going even though the game is paused. Although, that could be like a lifetime timer. Let's bookmark it. And if I look at it as a float, no. Huh. Look at that. I wonder if that's like a global persistent game timer. How would I check that? By resetting the game is how we would check that. Interesting. Global frame counter. That is very interesting. Okay. 32-bit global frame counter. Global frame counter starts on game boot. Starts at 0 on game boot. Always increases. Increases. Continuous increase no matter what. Okay. Cool. Unfortunately, not what we were looking for. All right. Let's jump back into our level. Whoops. Nope. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be a frame counter. That's fine. Let's see if it's float. Nope, it's not a float. Okay. How else could it be tracking the time? It's not a frame counter that increases. It's not a frame counter that increases, and it's not a float that increases. Or it just doesn't increase every frame. It's possible it's slower than a frame, in which case continuous filter would rule it out. So let's try that again. We can also pause it. And we know that it stays the same when it's paused, right? And then we can search for higher values when we unpause. Okay, we're down to 191. Pause. So all these values pause. That sucks. Wow, that one's low. Look at that. Oh, that just means it's not. No, the address is really low. That's probably not it. That's too low. That's like system RAM. I mean, we could try just changing some of them. Like, what happens if I change that? No. What happens if I change that? No. So probably not that one. I don't really want to check 191 entries, though. Is it possible that the current time is detected as a subtraction from the par time? So it would be a decreasing counter? We can try that. Like a time remaining. Let's do 32-bit, new search. And we're gonna search for always less than. Nope, it didn't like that. Not with a continuous filter anyway. Let's try it manually. Okay. Okay. Up. Nope. Okay. So it's definitely not a frame counter that keeps going down. Let's try a float that keeps going down. Four, 2. This is not looking promising. That's 0 most of the time. Nan? No. Okay. Definitely not. Okay. Let's go back and try this one again. Just run around a bit. We know that the timer okay, pause. Do that one more time. Now we're going to say equal. Continuous equal. Okay, we're down to 61. Presumably, even if I go into these menus, the count would stay the same. So let's click through some of this stuff, see if any of this matters. Nope, we knocked something out. We're down to 59. Okay. All right. So we'll come back out here. Keep increasing. We're down to 59 entries, which is not bad, but like it's not good either. All right, let's grab this one through this one and bookmark those. Yeah, look at that. They all stop. Well, it's not these ones that are staying at 0. We know that. So we can take those out. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and exclude those from our results because I'm very certain it's not those. Okay. This one that is at 1 seems to be unlikely. So let's start setting these to 0 and see if we see this timer change. No. No. Come on. Come on. I'm kind of expecting it. So it's possible that it'll change, but it won't update until the frame after. But I'm kind of expecting it to update immediately because all of the stats we saw were updating immediately. So I would expect that to kind of be the same for all values and that this one wouldn't be any different. Okay. Interesting that that one reset to its previous value though. Here's the other way we can do it. Let's take all of these and freeze them. Now this might do weird stuff. Are you inside the ground? What are you? Oh no, he's kneeling. This could screw with animations or the enemy's ability to move or who knows. Now we paused it at 5:07. It is now 5:29, so we have confirmed that none of these are the correct value. So let's come over here. Let's take all these green ones and exclude them. None of them are correct. We're gonna unfreeze and remove. All right, let's take the next batch. Let's go through here. Bookmark. Okay. And let's just start setting them to 0, I think. We'll just do this. Actually, let's do this first. Let's freeze it. Let's freeze all of them. We're at 5:29. So we're gonna come out here. Just spend some time doodling around. 5:29 is the number. No. Okay, so it's not any of these. All right, we'll come back over here. This one through here, exclude. And then we can remove them from this side. All right, let's grab the last batch. Bookmark. Really hope one of these works out. And let's freeze them. We are at 5:41. Whoa. Look at that fire. So one of these is the animation timer for the fire. But not that fire. Only this fire. That's interesting. All right, we're still at 5:41, so we got the value. It's in here somewhere. So let's unfreeze. All right, let's start setting these to 0. And we are watching for one that changes the current time. No. Not yet. That's interesting. This one's not a float. Look at how big it is. I wonder. Oh, look at that. So it's one of these. We found it, but it's one of these. Interesting. Okay. So let's get rid of all these. So one of these values is the timer. Okay, let's do this. Let's set them to 100. We'll do it this way. 200. This should narrow it down very specifically. $800, $900, and $1,000. Oh, $1,640. Oh, look at that. Hey, we found it. So it's not any of these. It is that one right there, my friends. And it seems to be afloat. Yeah. Okay. All right, we found it. So this is a float, and this is the mission timer. And I'm going to assume this is only for Carthage 1. We shall see. So, yeah. Okay. Excellent. So if we freeze that value, we are definitely going to want achievements for beating the game within par time. Or for beating each level within par time. Yep, that's it. Excellent. Now, I would assume that this 11-minute par time is here, but maybe not, since that's just a threshold, not... Let's see, what is this? 8212. It'd be nice if this was a value we could keep track of for comparison purposes. If it was a value in memory. But I guess it doesn't need to be because it's just a threshold. It's not a value that changes during the level. But if it were, one would expect it to be right in this area somewhere. One thing we can do... Oh. What is 11 minutes? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is 11 minutes in seconds? 660. So let's bookmark some of these values around it. And see if any of these look like 660 when I flip them to floats. I can mostly read binary pretty well, or binary hex by sight, but I am not good at determining floats based on their hex value. What about this one? No, but we can scan for it, can't we? Yeah, remove all those. We can do a search for it because it's going to be constant, right? So let's do a search for a float that has a constant value of 660. That's interesting. it found one. It doesn't feel like showing it to me, but it did find one right here. So the question is, if I change that, does the solo par time change? No. No, it doesn't. So that, it could be the value. It could be when you beat the level, this is the value it compares against. It could be looking it up in a table here. And it's just not used for this. That's possible. Okay. Oh, I guess since I have health. Interesting. I have infinite health, so like even if I'm on fire, I can't die. Rah, Burning Man. My flames will purify. Would this be considered a pacifist run? if I never fire a shot? But that's very interesting. This fire is insta-death fire. It's just a kill plane rather than being like fire. I guess that makes sense because you're not supposed to get in here. You're not supposed to be able to get in here on single player. Now I know there's like a roll jump glitch you can do to get up in there, but interesting. Okay. So where are we? What's next? We found our timer here. Not this. We found our mission timer, at least for Carthage 1. Let's see if that's the same mission timer over here. Absolutely not. This is in the middle of nothing. Okay, that's fine. Oh. Interesting. The mission timer, I mean, it's quite a ways down, but it's actually, I wonder if there's like a level object here somewhere. Anyway, let's find the mission timer for the training ground. Now we know that it's a float and that it will be increasing compared to last value, but we can't use the continuous filter because that actually increases too fast. Okay, 86, 87, 74, come on, 72. Let's go ahead and exclude all these zeros. We know these are nonsense. Hold up. Why does it say this is 0? It's not. Interesting. That's worrying. We can exclude all these negative numbers because it's not going to be negative. Okay, so it should be here somewhere. What are we at? We're at 758. What is 758 in seconds? What is 8 in seconds? It is 480. So... And what area of memory are we looking in? Around... Training. Around 1.7? So it's probably one of these three. Or one of these four. All right, let's try those. If I freeze those, 758. Still 758. It is one of these. Okay. So let's start setting them. And we got it on the first try. 50. That's the one. Okay. There it is. Float. Mission timer. Training. Okay. All right, so we definitely need to find a pointer for these because we need to be able to detect all these values regardless of what level we're on. And I don't want to have separate values for each one, and in fact you can't. So dude, try to do that again. I bet actually the mission timer might be a good one to debug. Let's put a breakpoint, new breakpoint, on the mission timer. 17FC 45C. Mission timer set. Right, change size 4. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now let's take a look here. This is an SWC1. So I showed the documentation last time. I'm not going to put that on screen this time. But let's see what an SWC1 is. Store word from floating point. Okay. Takes an FT and an offset and a base. So FT is a floating point register, right? FPR. Hold on. Oh, wait, not FT. FT is what it's called in the documentation. What is it here? F00, yeah. We're going to go to FPR. There's F00. Okay. Adds the 16-bit signed offset to the value of GPR base and stores the contents in FPR FT in memory at the obtained effective address. Okay. So what is the base? The base here is S1. (17F) BD80. Okay. We got our lifetime knife kills, right? Yeah. Okay. So base equals 17F BD80 plus offset 60C. And so if I pull up my calculator and I look at it in hex mode and we say 17F BD80 plus 60C is 17F C45C, which is our mission time. Excellent. Okay. So so is S1 the start of the level object? Maybe. So what is S1? S1 is this 17F BD80. What is there? Let's look at it. 17F BD80. If you catch fire, roll repeatedly to put yourself out. Okay. Interesting. Where does S1 come from, though? Right there? Here? S1 comes from A0. A0 is 17F BD80 plus 0. Yep. So where does A0 come from? What is SQ? That dropped though. Okay, SQ is store quad word. SQ RT offset base. So it's taking the stack pointer plus 30. Adds the offset as a 16-bit number to the value in base to form the effective address. Stores the 128-bit data in RT at the address. Okay, so this is taking S1 and putting it on the stack. That is... We don't care about that. It's doing that because it's about to use S1. That's fine. Where does A0 come from? Is the question. Oh, wait, this is a function call. We have to be careful. Let's step out. There. S2 DCA0. Load word. What's in S2? Well, we don't know. Probably not that. Let's put a breakpoint here. And run it. Okay. So what's in S2? 4FF B50. And how does load word work? Load word adds the offset as a 16-bit signed number to the value of GPR base to form the effective address. Loads the word data at the address. Okay, so what this is doing is this is taking S2, which is, let's get our notepad. S2 is 4FFB50, and it is adding DC to that, which is what? That is 4FF C2C. Now, what is at 4FF C2C? Hello? Well. We have our 4 player names and the current level title? Ooh! And we are before our start of dynamic memory address, which means this might just be static. Is this a pointer to our level that we just found? Maybe. Ooh. Yeah, and so if we look at this in 32-bit mode, we have 17FBD80. Okay, this is exciting. So, what does this mean? This means we have at address 4FFC2C equals pointer with a value of 0x 17FBD80. And we're going to do plus 0x 6DC equals mission timer. Ooh, buddy. I wonder... I mean, it'll be interesting to see if this same pointer is used to get the other values. This might be the thing we needed. This might be it. All right. But we're not done yet. This isn't totally safe yet, because is this always here? Is this just where this pointer lives? We don't know. We have to find that out. So let's keep tracing it back. So this is in S2. S2 is 4FFC2C. So where does S2 come from? Come on, give me a static reference, baby. I really wish I could put a breakpoint on a register so that when the register changes, it'll break. But I don't think that's a thing. What am I looking for? I'm looking for S2. Yeah. S2. And we want to make sure we're staying inside the same function. That's very important. Come on, S2, where are you? We're so close. This feels so good. I'm so excited. If this is the pointer we need to unlock everything else, ooh, baby. No. All right, we're still good. Come on, S2. Where are you? Or at least just let me like highlight the register so I can like say, you know, watch register or something, and then that would highlight over here. That would be super useful. S2. No? We're not at the top of the function yet, so we may be okay. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Look at that right there. Let's turn that off. Put a breakpoint right there. And turn that one off too. Alright. What is S2 set to? Something totally different. No, wait. Wait. S2 comes from A0. What is A0? I put the breakpoint too early. 4FFB50. That's what we're looking for, right? No. No, it's not. Load word A0, BCS2. Okay, let's watch S2. When does S2 change? Or FFB50. But we know it becomes C2C at some point. Right? Yeah. Three, 7. Okay. Nothing yet. Or FFB50. Come on. What did I miss? We're getting very close to our last breakpoint now. 1337 CC. Let me turn that on. Run. Wait, what? S2 is 4FFB50. Plus DC. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm an idiot. Ah, it was correct. No. Okay. 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 This is fine. Okay. Well, plus 0xDC equals 0x4FFC2C. $4FFB50 is exactly what we did want. I'm an idiot. Okay, no, this is fine. So, if I turn this one off, run it again, we're up here, S2, no, it comes from A0. A0 is 4FFB50. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Yeah, so at this point, A0 is the correct address. So where does this come from? Step out. Right here. It's coming from S1. Yep, 4FFB50. Where's S1 coming from? Come on. Come on, S1. There? Let's check it out. Run. S1 comes from A0. A0 is good. step out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I confused myself. A0 at this point is 4FFB50. And so if we step, that's going to set S1 to 4FFB50. That's fine. So if we step out, A0, something totally different now. Why? Here. Run. And remember, right now I'm tracing this by watching the mission timer, which is constantly being set. Is constantly increasing. That's why I'm able to just hit run and let it loop again. So here, S4. What? That's not right. I don't see our address here anywhere. What happened? Load A0 into S1. Load A1 into S0. Into A0. No. Wait, something happened. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened? Why are we not breaking anymore? Okay, A0, 4FFB50. That's fine. Okay. Go up out of here. See, here's where I get confused because we came back out and A0 is different now. Because A0 is not being reset at the end of that function call. Which... Ouch. Might be okay. It's coming from S4. Load word T9. All right, well, we know this is coming from S4, right? So let's just keep tracing it anyway. Where does S4 come from? Here, A1. But see, these aren't being hit every frame anymore for some reason. But that one is. Wait, why is that line getting hit, but that one's not? I don't know. That's very weird. But look, A1 is the correct address here. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't hitting this breakpoint, but it is hitting that one. But this is working correctly. Okay. Beautiful. We're back on track. So A1 here is where our address is coming from. All right, let's go up again. Step out. Right here. A1 comes from S5. Run. It's almost like this store word uses the, what do they call it? This is what I was talking about last time, where whenever the PS2 runs a function call, instead of just branching to the function, it also executes the next line after the jump, which is super confusing. I forget what they call that. But it almost looks like it's doing that on SW as well. It's like when it runs this, it also runs that. But that's why putting a breakpoint on here doesn't seem to register it. Let's see. SW stores a word data in memory. Stores the low order 32-bit value of RT in memory at the effective address obtained by adding the offset as a 16-bit signed integer to the contents of GPR base. Right, so this is taking the value of V0 and storing it at S1 plus 24. And then it's saying S5 plus 0 and setting A1 equal to that. S5. Let me do this. If I just... What? 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 Why is it only hitting the breakpoint when I place the breakpoint? That makes no sense to me. What is happening right now? Okay, let's back up a little. So here, we're pulling S4 from A1. A1 is 4FFB50. That's exactly what we want to see. So if we step out here, S5 is something else entirely here, though. Oh, look at this. And then it jumps. Oh, this is so confusing. We're so close. We're so close. I have a pointer. I have a pointer. I just don't know that it's a static pointer. because we know we have an object at 4FF B50. We have an object here, clearly. And on this object, in C2C, right here, is a pointer to what seems to be our level object. And from there, we can do plus 60C to get to the mission timer. Now, I guess we could look and see if we can see the same pointer being used for health. If we can, then that at least starts to like coalesce us onto a single path. So maybe let's look at that. All right, let's remove all these breakpoints. Actually, I'll keep them for now. Okay. Let's run. Okay, so what do we want to track? Where are we? We're in the training mission. Let's not worry about ammo. Let's do health. Health seems to be a little bit easier. So we're going to do a new breakpoint on 17AC220. Description is current health set. Right change size 4. Okay. Ah! Burn in the fire for science. Okay. So. What is happening here? S4 is 17A. Okay, hold on. Equals pointer 0x17A C220 plus 40 0x40 equals current health training. Okay. We don't know that this is a pointer yet, actually, but I'm assuming it's going to be. So S4, where does S4 come from? Need to make sure we don't go past the beginning of the function. S4. There's S3, S0, S1, S2, S3, right there. S4 comes from A0. Okay. A0 hold on, I'm getting confused. AC220 plus 40. Right, so I need to take my current value. Where's my calculator? So we want 17 AC220 minus 40 is 17 AC 1E0. That is exactly what we see right here in A0. Excellent. Okay. So now we can go up from here, step out, Let's put a breakpoint there and run it. Turn that one off. Here. Hold on. Here's A0. Run. Comes from S5. Yes, it does. Excellent. Okay. Where does S5 come from? Come on. Show me the money. It keeps loading S5 into A0, which is interesting. Come on, S5. I just need to see. Ooh. Load A0 into S5 plus 58. That's kind of interesting, but not quite what we're looking for. I just need to see if this is using the same pointer as the mission timer. Ooh, that's interesting. S5 plus 33A0 is V0. But what is S5? Because if S5 is coming from 4FFC2C, then we're golden. Because that means it's using the same pointer for both health and mission timer. And that means we can pretty safely rely on it for other values as well. But we need to make sure it's coming from the same place. S2. Come on. There, it's loading from S5 again. I just... it's so... There's so much here! Okay. There's S2 again. Come on, S5. We're using S5 again. This is good because it means that S5 is getting used for a lot of things, which means it's probably pretty reliable. I'm like super over here. This font is so small. Okay, here we're comparing against S6. Come on. There. No, that's storing the value of S5. Wait. That's storing the value of S5 into S0 plus 54. Did I miss it? No, it's just doing that. Okay. Let's breakpoint that. Crap. Okay, we're outside the range now. We're in the part of the function that only gets run once, which is not great. Or is this one of those weird things where it only breaks? No, not this time, unfortunately. Okay. Here it's storing S5 into A1. I really, really wish there was a way to search for register usage. This is ridiculous. S0, S4. Here, right there. A0 into S5. Okay. Okay, good. Is it the right value? A0. A0 is AC1, E0. I think that's correct, isn't it? Yeah! Excellent! Okay, we're still on the right track. So, we come from A0 now. And A0 is coming from our parent, so we're going to step out. Okay. Load word S0 plus 58. Yeah, that's fine. Nope. Uh-oh. Okay, why does that not trigger it anymore? Okay, there we go. That's fine. A0 is 17B0CD0. And what is S0? Our address plus 58. What is load word? Load word. No, wait. Come on. Here, load word. RT offset base. Adds the offset to the value of base. So we're going to do S0 plus 58 to form an address. Loads the data from that address and stores it at A0. So it's going to take S0, which is 17AC1E0, add 58, and store that at A0. Is that right? No. Well, that is right, but that's not what I'm seeing. Oh, wait, I have to go to that address. That address is 17A C238. 17B0CD0. Which is exactly what we see. Okay. Which is a different pointer? Shoot. All right. Is it obvious where S0 is coming from? I'm not going to spend a ton of time looking for this right now. Come on. S0. No, it's... Oh, there. Oh, that's coming out of a branch. 17E0BA8. Oh, wait a minute. 17E0BA8. 17FA250. No. Shoot! Alright. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. It either seems to be a different pointer, or there's a bunch of extra layers of indirection that I'm gonna have to dance through. I was so close. You know, I think, hold on. There's one more thing that I'm not gonna try right now, but I want to just see if this exists. Let's, this is the pointer finder. No pointer notes found. So I know there was recently a like pointer finder 2. Maybe I don't have it in this version of RE integration. That is supposed to be a bit more powerful. Maybe I'll give that a try and see if that can hunt this down, because tracing these back is really obnoxious. But in any case, I think we are going to call this there. We found a bunch of stuff. We got all these stats that we can do. Those are going to be super useful. And we started to make progress on finding that static reference pointer. We have one. Is it the right one? I don't know. Like, is this the root? We'll have to keep digging, but we're getting there. We are getting there. My friends, I want to thank you so much for watching. As always, it has been an absolute blast. I hope you are enjoying this. It's a little bit different from our regular gameplay stuff, but I'm so excited to make this set and get it out there, and I just wanted to share the process along with you. So, if you've enjoyed this, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. It lets me know that you are enjoying this and want to see more, and it helps the YouTube algorithm share this with other people who also would like to see this. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I go live. Also, I don't know how much notification bell matters for live streams, but it couldn't hurt to hit that as well. But for all of the up-to-date information, make sure you join the Discord. You'll find it in the description. You can chat with me between streams, recommend anything, and if you need any support with my retro achievement sets or anything else that I've made, you can also find that there. With that, my friends, I bid you adieu. Have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you all next time.